Hello, this is a short video summarizing some of the key themes and concepts, ideas in the second section of the Child Development course, PSY 252.22W. Biological Beginnings, incorporating chapters 2 and 3 in our textbook and in the PowerPoint lecture slides. Chapter 2 is Conception, Heredity, and Prenatal Development. And there's an opening discussion about evolutionary psychology, which emphasizes the importance of adaptation, reproduction, and survival of the fittest in shaping behavior. It's just one theory, but it's an important one to help understand the significance of the birthing process. And there's a good short video embedded in the slides that I encourage you to look at. If you took bio in high school, you'll be familiar with the discussion about genes, chromosomes, and DNA, all of which determines the inherited characteristics of children. And here we're talking about the nature side of the nature versus nurture debate. The birth cycle is broken up into three periods, time periods. The germinal period is the first 2 weeks, the embryonic period is 2 to 8 weeks, and then finally the fetal period encompasses the rest of the birth cycle from 8 weeks until birth. There's a discussion about the significance and what happens during those three specific periods within the overall birth cycle, so pay attention to that. Very important discussion about the importance of prenatal care for women. It's linked with better birth outcomes. There's a video that discusses again the significance of that, and I encourage you to check that out. Interesting discussion about teratogens, which is any agent that potentially can cause a negative birth outcome, a physical birth defect. And it's important for pregnant women and those who provide care for them to pay attention to make sure that those are eliminated as much as possible from their environment. And the slide deck for this chapter concludes with a discussion about the environmental impact in general on pregnancy. There's a video with that. This, of course, discusses the nurture side of the nature versus nurture debate. So again, very short summary of the concepts that you'll be introduced to when you read the chapter, read chapter 2 and look at the PowerPoint lecture slides. Chapter 3, Birth in the Newborn. Discussion in the beginning of the chapter about the stages of the birth itself and methods of childbirth. And you'll be introduced to the APGAR scale, which assesses the health of the newborn right away at 1 and 5 minutes after the birth, measuring such things as the heart rate, respiratory efforts, muscle tone, body color, and reflex irritability. Another approach to measuring the health of infants immediately after birth is the Brazelton scale, developed by a very well-known pediatrician, T. Barry Brazelton, who was based at one of the Boston hospitals. There's a video about his approach to assessing the health of infants at birth. Then there's a discussion about the health effects of low birth weight. Very significant, a number of significant potential negative outcomes, negative effects of babies who are born prematurely at a very low birth weight. And then a good discussion about the postpartum period, and in particular postpartum depression, which is a significant challenge for a small but still significant number of mothers immediately after birth. Many women have what we call informally the baby blues, but they get over it in a short period of time. Postpartum depression lasts longer than that and can have some significant longer-term negative outcomes for women. So do look at that, watch the video. And the chapter concludes with a discussion of the importance of bonding between the mother and the infant. A very important concept with long-range implications for the future development of the child, and we'll be returning to this issue of bonding and attachment related concept in future chapters. So again, this is just a very short summary. It is not meant to suggest that you should not pay close attention to the PowerPoint lecture and to read the chapter, but I am highlighting here some of the key things that you should be looking for when you do that. All right, enjoy, and we'll talk again when we get to section 3.